Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Discover the Future of Legal AI. My name is Sai Sommer, and I'm the Director of Product Enablement at Leap Legal Software. Joining me for today's webinar is my colleague, Andrew Kunden, Leap's Director of Pre-Sales. Before we begin, let's just cover a few logistical items. Today's webinar will run approximately 45 minutes in listen-only mode. If you have any questions throughout today's session, please type them into the GoToWebinar chat window. We will answer as many questions as we can during the Q&A portion of the program. We will provide a recording of today's session to you by email after the webinar has concluded. Let's get into it. Leap has been innovating for more than 30 years and is leading the future of legal AI. We have built a number of premium AI tools that are all purpose-built to meet the unique needs of law firms, included with your Leap subscription at no extra cost. Lawyers are already benefiting from using our time-saving AI tools. For example, over 10,000 lawyers globally are using LawWhy in Leap. These tools will allow you to spend less time on repetitive tasks and allow you to focus more on completing complex, high-value work and better serving your clients. While generative AI can be extremely intelligent, precision and accuracy are of paramount importance in legal practice. To that end, the dedicated team of AI developers at Leap aim to continually innovate these solutions to automate time-consuming legal tasks such as simple document drafting, making matter information more accessible, and enhancing decision-making processes for attorneys and their teams. Broadly speaking, the three products we will be looking at today can be summarized with 3 words. These words also match the basic, repetitive tasks that attorneys and their staff perform on a day-to-day basis. The first one is Ask, for asking a question. This is what LawWhy will help you with. LawWhy acts as your trusted AI legal assistant. LawWhy generates accurate responses to your legal questions, and these answers can then be verified by licensed and qualified attorneys. The second term is Draft, for document drafting, which is what Generator helps with. Generator assists you with creating letters, emails, and templated documents in under a minute, using the firm's own templates as well as the Leap Forms library. Generator also uses generative AI to provide you with instantly produced AI-created documents. In sum, Generator supercharges your drafting without sacrificing quality. The final term is Analyze and refers to analyzing your Matter data. This is what Matter AI can assist with. Chat with Matter AI to instantly access insights and information derived from the correspondence, documents, and files stored in your Leap Matter. Leveraging cutting-edge AI algorithms, Matter AI enables you to search, analyze, and better understand your matters. The purpose of these tools is to produce drafts, which should then be reviewed by human lawyers. This is consistent with most AI tools in that what they produce is not the final product that you would send to your client for review or to a court for filing. Instead, Leap AI tools help you to produce the first draft that you then need to review and revise before using in a legal matter. Ultimately, these tools allow lawyers to make better use of their time, grow their businesses, and make more money. Let's jump into our first product, LawWhy. LawWhy is your trusted AI legal assistant. With LawWhy, simply ask questions and quickly receive customized answers. Answers generated by LawWhy can then be verified by an attorney. LawWhy can help a firm conduct legal research, draft letters and other correspondence, prepare court documents, proofread your writing, rewrite content to adjust tone, produce useful summaries of large documents, and much more. Whether you are a solo practitioner or a member of a larger firm, LawWhy can improve the quality of your work, boost your team's productivity and profitability, and pave the way to allow you to focus more deeply on what matters most, serving your clients. LawY provides firms with an AI legal assistant that blends AI technology and legal expertise. LawY looks at different sources to assist with legal research when addressing your legal questions and provides instant AI-generated answers that can then be vetted and verified by licensed attorneys. LawY is integrated directly into Leap and the results are available from your matter. And LawY does not come at any additional cost and is included in the Leap package. Before we demonstrate how to use LawY, let's quickly talk about some of the technology underlying the function. LawY is built on an LLM. This stands for Large Language Model. Specifically, LawY uses OpenAI in tangent with GPT-4 to render answers to the prompts you provide. You might be asking yourself, what are some of the differences between ChatGPT and LawY? Well, the LawY LLM is specifically designed to answer legal questions. It was purpose-built that way. In response to a legal question, ChatGPT will typically provide federal or national level law, and the answers are not tailored to your specific jurisdiction or to the circumstances of your matter. ChatGPT also does not provide links to relevant case law. Contrast this with LawY, which tailors its answers to the jurisdiction and area of law that is relevant to your matter, and which provides clickable reference links to cases and statutes. LawY essentially shows you how it came up with its answer and where it sourced the information from. And if you have any doubts as to the accuracy of an answer provided, you can always submit LawY material for human verification by a licensed attorney. Over time, LawY will continue to expand its knowledge base and incorporate new case and statutory law and other legal research materials. You simply ask a question, LawY delivers tailored answers and customizes its responses with additional materials from the LawY knowledge base. You can then always submit that for human verification. Let's have a look at LawY in action.
Before we jump into LawY, let's just quickly talk about where does LawY work and what are some of the things that you can ask it to do. Right now, LawY is operational in Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York. In Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York, it is available in estate planning, estate administration, probate, as well as family law. New York has an additional area of law. You can ask LawY questions on elder law. We will continue to expand across new states and new areas of law in the future as we add more attorneys as verifiers. Now, what are some of the things you can ask LawY? Well, you can ask it pretty much anything, but in relation to estate planning, you can be incredibly specific. For example, is there a way to restrict a spouse from changing a beneficiary in a will? What is the estate tax threshold for my state? What types of irrevocable trusts are there? Are irrevocable trusts legally responsible to pay income taxes on any monetary cash gifts they receive within a single calendar year? LawY is geared to answer all of these questions. So to prompt LawY, all you need to do is press this Ask a Question button up here. A little window will pop open where you can then type any question. Can two people serve as co or joint healthcare proxies? I start the conversation, LawY takes a second to think, and it will then render me the answer. You can see how fast that was. The first thing I want to bring your attention to is that the answer is tailored specifically for Massachusetts. LawY knows that I'm working in a Massachusetts matter for estate planning. So, can two people serve as co or joint healthcare proxies? Well, no, they cannot. The law does not allow for two people to serve as co or joint healthcare proxies. But what I want to bring your attention to is this resource section down here. You'll notice that LawY has sourced this answer from the Massachusetts general laws. If you want to review the source of the answer, simply just click on the resources. That will prompt open a new window. Here it is. And it'll take you directly to section 2 of the general laws which tells us that two people cannot serve as joint healthcare proxies. The next part I want to talk about are some of the use cases for LawY and what else it can do. Once you have your answer, you can simply copy that answer into a clipboard, which will then allow you to paste that into a Word document or an email. You'll notice there are related questions on the bottom of LawY. For those of you that are new to using AI, this is designed to help you learn how to use it and prompt you with some of the other things that you can ask AI to do. There's a button for writing tools. If you click on it, there are a number of different options here. The first one is to change the tone. You see this with several AI products. You can change the tone from professional, casual, straightforward, confident, or friendly.
This button here, remove PII, stands for personally identifiable information. If you've entered any PII into your question, which also then appears in the AI answer, you can click Remove PII and it will replace any information with placeholders and create a new answer. If it gets submitted for verification, LawY will put placeholders into both the question and the answer so the verifier cannot see either.
You can choose to summarize the answer provided, or you can choose to translate it into a number of different languages. The next thing that we want to talk about is continuing the conversation with AI. So let's ask it, what is the estate tax threshold? And you can see in just a second it has provided me with the answer, indicating that the estate tax threshold in Massachusetts is $2 million. And again, it sourced that from the general laws, which I could review if I needed to. Now, let's take this a step further. How do you request a release of lien after the Massachusetts estate tax return has been filed? And here you go. Here's the process outlining how you submit that request. Now you'll notice in the answer here, it's asked us to prepare a request for lien and provide several additional documents, including supporting documentation. But it's not entirely clear what are all the supporting documents that need to be provided to this request to release the lien. Now, what we can do is we can ask LawY to provide us with a full checklist. And there you go. In just seconds, LawY has produced a full list of the supporting documentation that I need for my case. Now, once you have your final answer, you can always submit any of the requests from LawY for verification. Verification does not cost any money. LawY's verification is always done by an attorney that has over 5 years experience in that state in that area of law. The more requests that are submitted, the smarter AI will get. It notices the changes between its initial responses and the verified answers from attorneys. That is what it uses to update the knowledge base. This is how LawY continues learning from itself and improving future answers. Ultimately, that's what LawY does. You ask it a question, it provides you with a tailored answer, and then you can get that answer verified by an attorney. Before we jump into the next part of our demonstration today, I want to talk about some of the other items around LawY. Number 1, expansion plans. So in order for us to grow LawY, we need to have attorneys in that state and area of law on our verifier panel. As we grow our network of attorneys, you will see LawY verification and LawY become available in additional states. The verification process inside LawY is entirely anonymous. You do not know who is verifying your answer, and the attorney reviewing these answers does not know the law firm. It is designed specifically this way to protect you. Data control and user-centric precision. LawY does not extract information from your legal matters, granting you complete authority over the information you choose to share. While the use of personally identifiable information, PII, should be avoided, there is also the option to strip it from your answers. Any inadvertent disclosure is safeguarded through the substitution of placeholders in verified answers to shield your law firm. Only the verified answers are subsequently included in LawY's knowledge base, ensuring that that your sensitive data remains secure within your control.
In the next section of today's webinar, we are going to look at Generator. Generator can be used to automate the drafting of a legal document, form, email, or letter with ease. The user describes the document they wish to create, and Generator searches for existing documents in Leap that appear similar to the desired document. Generator then presents the user with a wide range of drafting options to begin their drafting from, including a document created previously by the user or the firm, a document template from the Leap library of automated forms, a new AI-generated document, or a previously generated document that has already been verified by an experienced lawyer from LawY. Generator uses relevant client and matter information stored in Leap to create the draft document, dramatically speeding up the drafting process and providing the attorney with a strong first draft to work with. You can also upload your own documents. Law firms have more forms and templates than ever before. Simplify your workflow by uploading forms and templates stored outside of Leap from your computer. A few clicks will make them available for use in Generator across all matters. Let's take a look at how Generator works.
Now, unlike LawY, Generator is operational in all 50 states across all areas of law. So for our demo today, we are going to be using a different matter, a divorce matter in New York. We're going to be using Sally Penfold's matter. To access Generator, all you do is you click on Forms and Templates. This will open up Leap's library of templates. There are well over 11,000 different documents in here that are sorted by area of law, as you can see here on the left side, as well as the state that you're currently in. Generator has been neatly built into the Leap interface and is available by clicking on this little button here that says Generator. This will open up the Generator window. Generator has been designed to take on the heavy lifting of repetitive legal tasks, allowing attorneys and giving them more time to focus on complex, high-value work. Generator helps attorneys produce letters, emails, or a variety of different templates. Generator has access to information from various different sources from within your Leap matter and your practice. It instantly sources all the accumulated documents and knowledge which attorneys generally find challenging. It knows where and in which matter the templates are contained. The idea of using AI here is to quickly create drafts of documents from past work. AI-generated documents can be created via LawY or based on the forms and templates that are available within your Leap library. The power of Generator allows attorneys to quickly create drafts of documents and then review them rather than solely relying on AI to produce final drafts. AI in reality is a fantastic tool when it comes to creating a draft of a document. It will revolutionize the way attorneys work and support them in serving their clients. As you can see, Generator has been built into the Leap interface, making it very easy to use. So, how do you use it? Well, it's quite simple. Once you've launched Generator, you will see some suggestions on some of the generic documents that it can produce. Those suggestions are outlined here. You can ask it to produce a retainer agreement, a demand letter, a settlement agreement, and much more. You don't have to use the suggestions. You can, of course, free type into the search box here and ask it to generate something custom. Let's start with something simple, like a retainer agreement. What you're seeing here are the different sources where you can choose to generate that retainer agreement from within the system. You can then choose to build your template based on the source that's most relevant to you. There are currently other sources that are deemed irrelevant, and Generator is hiding those results, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, let's look at the sources that we have here. The first one is from Leap Forms. These are the pre-populated forms and templates that Leap's content team has specifically created for this area of law and jurisdiction. You can choose to create your retainer agreement based on Leap's retainer agreement. The next section is from firm templates. These are custom templates that are either made or customized templates by the firm or ones that they have previously imported into the Leap database. The next section are from firm correspondence. These are previously written documents on previous matters that are sourced from the correspondence from other matters. You can choose to generate your agreement based on the retainer agreement contained in a different matter. For example, the Claiborne matter. Now, the last section is from your correspondence. These are forms specifically created by the user that is currently prompting generator, and it is searching across all other relevant matters. Essentially, these are forms that I have previously created inside this database. Now, considering I'm drafting a retainer agreement for divorce, perhaps there are other retainer agreements for uncontested divorces that may be relevant and I want to see them. So I'm going to select divorce as well as uncontested divorce. What you'll notice is on the left side, the firm correspondence results have expanded. If I click on view all four results, you will see that there is a new retainer agreement in here for Mr. Benton's matter that Troy Kelly has created. It's for an uncontested divorce. I may choose to draft my current retainer agreement based on this template instead. The next filter is this one right here. If you click on it, you will see that there is the option to filter by state. If I want to expand my criteria to include different states, I can do that by selecting them here. The last setting I want to bring your attention to is this little gear icon over here. It's a relevancy filter. It does exactly what you think it does. If I drag it over to broad, it'll expand my search. If I drag it to exact, the search will get narrower, and it'll just dynamically reload the list of results that I have on the left side. The next thing I want to talk about are some of the common use cases for generator. For example, let's use this retainer agreement that I drafted on the Greenfield matter. If I click on it, I can see that the template is pulled up on the right. I can quickly review the information that's available in the retainer agreement, as well as copy specific sections. If I hit create, it will give me the option to create this document as an email or a Word template. Once I hit create, it will push that document into Microsoft Word. Here it is. What you'll notice is even though the retainer agreement was initially drafted for Mr. Greenfield's matter, it has substituted Cassandra Greenfield's name for Sally Penfold. Any other placeholders that were relevant specifically to the other client have been replaced to match the current matter I'm working on. Now, another item I want to bring to your attention is that when you're working in Generator, you want to focus on these dates. Now, I have drafted this retainer agreement based on a template that was drafted in February. It's not perfect. At the end of the day, you are still the attorney. You want to make sure to review the documents that Generator is creating and to make sure that they are wholly relevant to both the retainer and the client that I'm currently creating a document for. For the next section, I want to talk about LawY and what Generator and LawY can do for your client. Rather than using a simple request like a retainer agreement, I want to ask it something a little bit more specific. For example, draft a letter on behalf of the plaintiff requesting that the defendant return his car. When searching for this more complex request, you'll notice that LawY has provided a result. You can view the result that LawY has provided by simply clicking on it. In the preview screen on the right side, LawY will render the answer. You can see here that LawY has drafted a letter on behalf of the plaintiff addressed to the defendant to return the plaintiff's car. The design of this letter is you can see there's a lot of placeholders in this letter. It's specifically designed this way. It's indicating where you need to put in specific information. For example, you want to put in the year, the make, and the model of the car. Possibly you want to add the VIN. You also need to plug in the plaintiff's name and address. When you choose to create this document, whether you send it to Microsoft Word or Outlook, and I'm going to use an email for this example, all those placeholders will disappear, and instead you will use the current template that you have set up inside Microsoft Outlook. You can still leverage Leap's capabilities, and in this case you can see that Leap knows that I'm working in Sally Penfold's matter, and hence it's suggesting that I send the email to Sally Penfold. I simply click on her name, hit select, and her email has been populated into the to line. You'll notice that the array line has also been populated from Sally's matter. Here I have the draft from generator. Once I hit send, that email would get saved back into Leap. So you can see if you create an email, generator uses the main body of what's been generated in LawWhy to populate the content of that letter. It will use the formatting that you have in Outlook or Microsoft Word, and it will get rid of some of the placeholders that are available here in the preview screen. Before we could wrap up on the demo on generator, I want to talk about some of the restrictions and guardrails that are in place. Now, if I was to prompt it to do something like draft a letter that is extremely beneficial to the plaintiff, no problem. LawWhy is happy to do that, and it will generate my letter. If I tell it to do something else, for example, draft a letter defaming the opposing party, you'll notice that LawWhy says sorry, but it can't assist you with that request. You still need to adhere to your rules of professional conduct. Essentially, LawWhy will not do anything that is illegal or immoral. The last point I want to touch on is LawWhy verification through generator. At the moment, generator cannot send generated documents to be reviewed by LawWhy. Because LawWhy does not yet support all areas of law and jurisdictions, estate planning, probate, and family law, it is also tied to those specific states, so Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York. If you'd like questions verified, to ask it through LawWhy as previously shown. In the future, as we expand LawWhy's network, we are likely to introduce verification of documents through generator. The generator LawWhy overlap is a good starting point when you're drafting something completely new. Generator excels at drafting something based on existing documents. LawWhy can draft something from scratch. Using generator, there is no need to remember and sift through the entire correspondence within the Leap database. You can simply create searches and then create templates based on other correspondence that already exists. That's it for generator. Let's jump into Matter AI.
Matter AI intelligently examines your Leap Matter correspondence and provides you with instant insights and information. You can chat with Matter AI, and it will provide you with answers analyzing data from a variety of different sources in Leap. Matter AI considers your contact cards, your Word and PDF documents, your Excel spreadsheets, emails and attachments that have been saved to a matter, critical dates and calendar appointments that have been linked to a matter, and other files that are stored on the Matter Correspondence tab of your Leap Matters. Matter AI processes large quantities of data in seconds to improve the quality of work and increase efficiency. Whether it is reviewing just 10 documents or 10,000, Matter AI provides you with detailed responses to your queries, along with reference links to the specific sources of the information provided. With Leap Matter AI, lawyers can bid farewell to labor-intensive manual searches. Users can embrace a new era of efficiency and productivity in legal practice. This advanced capability ensures speedy and accurate analysis, promoting a higher standard of reliability and precision in your document review processes. Let's jump into the demo.
Matter AI is accessible from all matters inside Leap. For our demo today, we are going to use another estate planning matter that is trust-based. For Mr. Newton over here, how do you access Matter AI? Like all AI tools, Matter AI has been integrated into the Leap toolbar. To access it, you simply click on the new chat button right here. And you'll be greeted with a welcome message. Before we jump into prompts, I quickly want to talk about navigating Matter AI. On the left side, you will see previous prompts that have been requested of Matter AI. This history is private and you can delete it, So if you're not happy with some of the results, you can choose to delete them by clicking X and then deleting that search result. You can minimize the chat history as such. You'll notice on the bottom there are some suggestions. The suggestions are there to prompt AI to ask the correct questions. These suggestions are based on the matter type, existing correspondence, and are updated based on the questions that have already been asked. Some clients were finding that their questions were far more specific, so if you don't want to see suggestions, they can be hidden, essentially prompting the user to create more accurate prompts using AI and free text. Where is Matter AI sourcing information from? Originally, in our first version, Matter AI sourced information only from the documents within the Matter. In our new version, version 2, this has been extended to consider emails, cards, the relationships between cards, calendars, tasks, as well as critical dates and calendars, and any existing appointments on the Matter. Let's go ahead and prompt Matter AI. Let's start with something simple. Please provide a chronology of the critical dates in the Matter. And there you have it. Matter AI has provided us with the 3 critical dates that are available on this Matter: the engagement date, the consultation meeting date, and the date that retainer agreement has been signed. Let's prompt it to do something a little bit more complex. Matter AI knows we're in the Newton Matter, and it knows it's an estate planning matter. It's going to read through the documents and tell us if and what the restrictions are for the use of funds. Now, here's the answer, and you can see that the restrictions are as follows. There's a proof of enrollment, expense restrictions, and there's periodic audits. After Matter AI responds, you'll observe the answer, which includes a reference section on the bottom, if it's applicable. In this case, it's the will. It can attach one document or multiple documents. In this case, the will was referenced. Essentially, this indicates the origin of the information and where AI retrieved it from. If there's more than one document referenced, a plus sign will appear indicating which other documents have been used. A new feature has been added. If you're not happy with the results provided in your query, you can of course change them. To do that, you simply click Regenerate. Matter AI will take a moment to think, and then reproduce the answer, but just worded differently. You can copy the text onto your clipboard and then paste it into a different document, or you can choose to send it directly into Microsoft Outlook, and if I click on that button, Outlook will open up and it will copy that text right into Outlook. Just like before, I can Leap knows which matter I'm in, what my client emails are. I send it to my client, and there it is. We talked about the regenerate option, the copy, and the Outlook options. There's also the ability to provide feedback. This is incredibly valuable. If you think that the answer that Matter AI produced was correct, please give it a thumbs up. If you think it wasn't accurate or it's missing something, please dislike it. This is how Matter AI learns and improves the answers it provides, by gathering your feedback and then updating the knowledge base. Now let's prompt it to do something a little bit more complex. Please draft an email to the client explaining and summarizing the case so far. Notice how fast that was. The formatting and grammar is all correct. It summarizes the key highlights very well. From here, I can choose to send that straight to Outlook. I just press on the button, and that goes straight into Microsoft Outlook. Matter AI now understands user intent and can more accurately search to produce better results for all questions. If I was now to prompt it to draft an email to the client around the restrictions of the use of funds, it knows what those restrictions are from my previous prompt, and it can generate that email here. Once AI has asked clarifying questions, like which document or documents contain the restrictions or to whom to address that question, I provide it with additional information, and I ask it to please draft an email to the client, Robert Newton, and please be specific which documents contain the restrictions on the use of funds that you are referring to. Once Matter AI has gathered additional information, it'll draft that email. For the next section, I want to show you a new feature that has been released inside Matter AI. And what it does is it allows you to compare and create a chat solely based on two documents. For example, if I go into my documents and I select the will and the revocable living trust, I can right click and start a Matter AI chat, a new Matter AI document chat. When I do that, Matter AI will open up. And if I pop open my chat history here, you'll see that the new chat that I started has a different logo. It has a little piece of paper here rather than a matter. That indicates that this chat is a document chat. It is only looking at the two documents that I have selected. Any prompts that I make now will specifically look at the two documents rather than sourcing information from the broader matter and all available information. This helps focus on specific data instead of requiring that AI sift through unrelated documents. It's a very useful tool if I have multiple versions of a single document, inconsistencies between two contracts. It can show the differences, making it easy to parse through lengthy contracts when redlining is simply insufficient. We hope that you found value in today's session. If you are interested in learning more about Leap's AI functionality, please visit leap.us/AI. If you are currently using Leap, you can also contact your Leap Practice Management Advisor or visit the Leap Help Center. We thank everyone for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you next time.